Happy New Year, Star Wars fans, you scruffy-looking nerf herders and you sleemos out there. It's Julian from Small Screen Star Wars, and I'm excited to be back on the air with Rachel. We're looking back at the year that was in Star Wars in 2025, and plus a deeper dive into Visions Volume 3. Apologies on the tardiness on that one, but it just did not get the same level of priority as I guess Andor did earlier in the year. So it's exciting to be back here. I know it's been a while since we've had something to cover, but hopefully 2026 brings a lot more exciting Star Wars to cover, and we'll be there to cover it with you whenever that happens. So stay tuned for another episode of Small Screen Star Wars. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Small Screen Star Wars. As always, I am Julian Mush. I'm joined by Rachel Wilkinson.
Hello. We're back.
Are we still going? You're still going with Wilkinson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm just checking because
Sure.
I don't know if I can remember more names. I've maxed out my brain on that one. Okay.
I haven't changed anything legally, really. So,
okay.
It
seems like a pain in the butt to change your name after getting married.
It really is. Yeah. I changed my license, and that was enough of an annoyance, but... So I was like, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Okay, yeah. No, that's fair.
It's like the worst way to do things is half-assed.
Look, as someone who goes by their middle name,
right?
Trust me, I know all about having multiple names and at which point is which to be used and at what time. And are you prepared to respond to them both at any given moment? Anywho, it's been a while since we've been on the air.
Yeah.
If you think about it, and we're going to be looking back at the year 2025 in Star Wars today. If you think about it, basically, there's been nothing really to talk about. I mean, technically not since Visions, yes, which we'll talk about as well today, but also Tales of the Underworld, which we covered in the summer or whatever. Or spring. And then before that, it was Andor. And before that, it was the end of Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's been a handful of episodes this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many episodes was Andor season 2? 12?
Don't ask me that.
I think it was 12.
I don't have a brain for that.
So like, this is probably 2025, the fewest episodes that we've done probably in a calendar year was this year.
Yeah, probably.
But it's been busy. We've been doing some other stuff. The main show took a small hiatus as well, so there was some good rest time.
Yeah.
But we're back to a regular cadence with the main show. About twice monthly, give or take. We're doing our film clubs, and coming up is our Toby's 2025.
Ah, right.
So I don't know if you want to be a part of that, but you're welcome.
I don't think you want me to be because I have not seen a single movie this year.
What? You
know what movie I watched here this year? I watched Cars probably 30 times because that's
just
what my toddler wants. Just the first one, because if I put the second one on, I get screamed at by a 2.5-year-old.
Because he hates the second one? Is it scary?
No,
it's too
just
scary?
Won't. He's very particular about just this one right now.
Okay.
He thinks the only movie is Cars. I was like, oh, because one day I was like, oh, Wiley, do you want to watch
a different movie?
Do you want to watch a movie? And he's like, oh, movie. And I was like, oh, this one's about cars. And he was like, yeah, Cars movie. So I put it on and he watched 10 minutes of it. We slowly got through the whole movie. But then now he just thinks Cars movie is one thing. So if I try to say oh, do you want to watch a movie about fish, like Finding Nemo? He's like, no, Cars movie. I'm like, fuck.
That's so funny.
So in his brain, the only movie that exists is Cars.
He'll eventually get bored of it, maybe.
Hopefully. Yeah.
When I was a kid, that movie for me was the 1970s Disney, what's it called? Robin Hood.
Oh, like the animated one?
Yeah.
With the fox?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. See, I had a plethora of Disney movies that I would go through as a kid, but I don't know. I think specifically probably Fox and the Hound was the one I watched the most.
Fox and the Hound, eh?
Mm-hmm.
That's a sad one, I feel like.
It was just cute, though.
Yeah.
And Aristocats, but I feel like that's not Disney.
No, I think it is.
Not too sure.
I think it is.
Maybe.
Yeah, because they reused a lot of animation from Aristocats a bunch of their movies, but there's a specific like dance scene from Aristocats that's reused in Robin Hood and etc.
Maybe it's All Dogs Go to Heaven that isn't Disney. There's a couple.
I don't
of
think
them.
that's Disney. You're right.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that are not. But
how was your holidays?
good, busy, very loud, but yeah, good. I mean, first Christmas holidays in our new house because we finally got a house this summer.
Yay!
Because that was stressful and yeah, nuts.
Yeah, my girlfriend's like thinking about buying a house, and she's like, "You telling me I have to make the biggest financial decision in my entire life based on like an afternoon of looking at something?"
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's so stupid.
It's the most stressful thing, and it's like, oh, you want this house? Decide right now.
Decide right now, and
You
then you
have
better be prepared to pay extra.
2 days to decide to make the biggest financial decision of your life, and then you're like, okay, I think this one is cool. Let's put in a bid, and you're like, oh, cool, I got outbid by like $80,000. I love this.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, but yeah, no, we lucked out. Our house is perfect. It's down the street from where we lived in our apartment. So, yeah, no, it's good stuff. So it was cute. My kid understood Santa for the first time this year, so that was pretty adorable.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the whole like stocking.
When you say understood
chimney.
Santa,
like he understood
the
like,
concept, like there's a man in a red suit. He's going to deliver presents.
Like he was excited. It's like, oh, Santa's going to come and bring you presents, and he's like, oh, Santa, and like we went to go meet him at the mall, and he was excited to meet him at the mall, and that kind of thing. So like he gets excited.
So do you think the reason that kids are excited about Santa is because they literally bring them presents? It's like that's
100%.
It's like that's the only reason.
Yeah, 100%.
He's important. You could watch as many movies as you want about the spirit of the holidays.
He thought all the presents were his. So like he's like, Santa came and he brought me all the like presents.
You're like, no.
He's like, that's Wiley's. I was like, no, buddy, like that we're taking those to family. He's like, no, they're mine.
Oh my God.
Like,
oh no.
I was like, okay, that's not what Christmas is about.
He used to learn to share.
Yeah. I was like, Christmas is about sharing. Yeah, you explain that to someone who's just like irrational and I don't know.
No, that's your job.
Yeah. But no, it was great. What about yours?
Yeah, no, good. Very busy. Split between two families, and it was I was up till 4:30 in the morning on Christmas Eve.
Why?
The Christmas party, and it just kept going.
The Christmas party, like you have a family?
Not my
party?
Christmas party.
Oh,
yeah, no, that was Sam's Christmas party.
Is that like her family?
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
It was really late. Yeah,
That's
and then they stayed up
crazy.
even later cleaning. And I was like,
what?
Like, can't you do that tomorrow? They're like, no, it has to be done now. Like, that's crazy. I'm gonna go home.
That's crazy. I'm gonna go home. Parents are not gonna like you. You didn't staying clean.
No, they already don't like me. It's okay. I'm slowly winning them over.
Should have stayed to clean. You would have got points there.
Come on. Tomorrow will do.
I've always been curious about families who do like fun drinking Christmases. Because that's just like not something that I've ever done in my family. But I hear about things being, oh yeah, like my whole family comes and our cousins come and everyone gets drunk and we play games. I'm like, that sounds fun.
There was some games. There was a lot of it was pretty silly.
Yeah.
We did play this game called Chase the Ace.
Okay.
Where you take a deck of cards and you pass, like if you have a card, you can pass it along, and if whoever gets stuck with the ace at the end loses.
Right. Yeah. I remember I used to play that in high school.
And anyway, it's a stupid game.
Yeah.
Anyway, the game's actually, no, I shouldn't say that. The game is fine.
Mm-hmm.
It was the execution of the game where everyone had 3 outs, but they were playing with 40 people.
That's so many.
So it was
people.
it was taking too long. So the rules started changing immediately. I was like, no. If you get an ace, you're out now.
Yeah.
I ended up winning.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It was fun.
Can't you play that with money? People play that with money, I'm pretty sure.
There was just a gift on the line.
Oh, okay.
For the last person left.
Yeah.
And then Santa came, gave out some presents.
Like an actual Santa?
Someone dressed up as Santa, yeah.
That's so fun. Are there lots of little kids in their family?
No.
Adorable. That's so much cuter. I'm obsessed.
And then also the Grinch showed up, and then the Grinch and Santa fought. Yeah.
Shut up.
They had a little fight, and then the Grinch ran away.
This is amazing. I'm so jealous. That sounds so fun.
It was quite fun. That part was very funny. And then Santa had Grinch socks on. I was like, "What, Santa, why are you wearing those Grinch socks?" He's like, "Why I oughta." Anywho. So,
amazing.
So yeah, Christmas was fun.
That sounds like a fun family. Yeah.
But I was very tired by the end of it. So I'm excited to be in this nowhere time between Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah, me too.
It's the best.
I have 2 more days off this week, so that's good.
What day is it? Tuesday? So
Today's Tuesday. I have Wednesday, Thursday off. I have to go back Friday.
They say I'm supposed to go back Friday. I'm not going back Friday.
Yeah.
If my bosses are listening, I'm not going to be working Friday. I have no meetings. There's no one I'm working for. Like the people, my customers aren't going to be there.
Okay.
So I don't see the reason to do anything. So I'm not gonna.
Fair enough. Check back in 2026 and see if Julian still has a job.
Tune in to find out. Stay tuned. Same bad time, same bad channel. Okay, so I did get some Star Wars related gifting gifts, including one from you just now.
Oh yeah.
I'll start with this one. Yeah, it's it's a ARC Trooper Jesse minifig, Star Wars minifig.
Little Lego.
So I'll build this maybe while we're doing the show.
There's no instructions, so
I think I'll figure it out. I think I can figure it out. You can see there's some hands. There's actually 4 sets of hands, which seems excessive.
It's probably to hold guns. I don't know. I didn't really look.
Anyway, or oh yeah, maybe they're holsters.
Maybe.
Anywho,
there's fun. There's so many different ones.
I like
Comic-Con.
when people make custom minifigs. I think that's
right.
Funny.
Yeah, they're super fun.
And then also, if you pass me over here, I also have a Bo-Katan. This is interesting. So, as you guys everyone knows who, if you're watching live, we're on YouTube and Twitch. Mm-hmm. But for the audio listeners, I have always been a 6-inch Black Series fan. Not always, but for a long time now. Action figure fan. So this is a Bo-Katan. And what's interesting is that it has a picture of the other box that they typically come in, like the angular one. And this one's like more of like a throwback style
because it's an archive.
Yeah.
Because the other ones are the first prints.
Oh, okay.
And then when they reprint them, they print them in these archive boxes.
I see. I did not know that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter because I open them up anyway.
Yeah, I think it's for the people who don't open them immediately or whatever, collect them.
Oh, fair enough.
Like my crazy husband who has boxes and boxes of Black Series figs.
And you know what? Fair enough to those who do that. But
he's never going to sell them. Like he's not.
It's not. That's collecting is not about whether you sell them or not. It's about,
to me,
whether you have a collection that you like.
I feel like if you're going to keep things in the box, that means you should probably sell it one day. If you're not going to probably sell them,
you have to be willing. I think you should be willing to sell them.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. He would probably be willing.
This is what it says. A gifted warrior, Bo-Katan Kryze is a legendary Mandalorian. She refused to align with the Empire's occupation of Mandalore. That's it. That's 2 sentences. The rest are in other languages. Yeah, Bo-Katan's cool.
Yeah.
I have others that I'm saving for when we have other series that we can review that are similar. I've got one for an Ahsoka season 2, and I've got one for whenever we do the next animated series.
Nice.
So anyway, this one is cool. It'll go on the shelf. Bo-Katan's interesting because she crosses generations, and if you see behind me, it's hard to tell.
It's too dark back
there. But they are split up into different eras. You got like the Imperial era, the Republic era, and the New Republic / sequel era. So I guess I'll have to find a good spot. I really like all my clones, so maybe she'll go alongside the clones. She
kind of fits there. Technically, this is older Bo-Katan too.
Yeah, so I guess maybe in the new...
She's more like Mandalorian.
I guess I kind of need to get now a 4th era, which is the between the Imperial era.
Yeah, you need like a Mando era.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah. I guess that is the New Republic, and then you have the new second Civil War or whatever era.
Yeah.
Do they have a name for that one? I know they have different names for them all. The Imperial, yada yada. The Dark Times 2.
I don't know.
Anyway,
it's in between First Order and
I guess the return of the first. Yeah. The rise of the First Order. Something called like that. Anyway,
remember.
It's been 10 years
Republic,
since.
I guess
we'll talk about this later. It's been 10 years since since Force Awakens.
That feels wild to me.
It does too.
It feels I don't know. I can't believe that was 10 years ago, but I guess it kind of makes sense because like that's about how long I've been with my husband. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Like, I think we did start like going. I remember going to like Star Wars, the new movies, like with him and his family over those years. So I'm like, yeah, that makes sense actually. But
I was very excited at the time. We had just started the podcast 10 years ago,
right?
Give or take, when this was announced. It's very exciting times.
Yeah.
And they had I think we started give or take around when Star Wars was sold to Disney. And then this was announced shortly after, and then the hype was real. And now in retrospect, it doesn't really hold up and kind of upsetting. I know there's like some strong feelings about this. These movies are all fine on their own in their own way, but there's really only one movie from the sequels that's any good. And that's unfortunately, for those who hate it, episode 8. And episode 7, for all that it does right, does a lot wrong, including just retreading the first movie, which we didn't need because the third movie already retreads the first movie. So anyway, we'll talk about a little bit more about that. We'll give it another shot when we do our year in review. Okay, because there's a few anniversaries and more coming soon because we're getting into that era where we just rewatch the same stuff over and over again instead of making new stuff.
Right.
Before we do that, though, we're going to talk about visions. You know, when we founded the show, it was founded on the idea that we would cover, hence the name Star Wars on the small screen.
Yeah.
And we've basically held up our end of the deal on that.
I think
with a couple exceptions. We don't really talk about the Lego movies.
Well, that's too much.
Also, because it's like, there's not really, what are you going to say?
Yeah.
Those are some funny jokes that they did.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just like goofy jokes and like not real stories, and it's not canon.
Yeah, it's for like really small children. And also, again, I guess the like infant children television shows. Like
yeah.
The Light of the First Order.
Oh, yeah, like the Jedi.
Yeah.
Jedi Adventures, Young Jedi Adventures.
Young Jedi Adventures. Thank you. Which I watched one episode of just to see. I was like, what is this?
It's a cute show.
And I was like, nah, I can't.
Yeah.
As a full-grown man, I cannot.
I'm trying to get my kid more into it because I'm like, this is something that I could tolerate having to watch. But
right. And are those canonical stories?
Yeah.
That's
crazy. Wait, are they canon? Oh, yeah. I don't know.
There's no way to know.
They have canon characters in there because like Yoda shows up and like there are canon characters. So I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
Okay.
I would assume yes, but
yeah, don't stress about it.
Yeah. It's like during the Old Republic times, or like the
High Republic.
High Republic. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Right. The Old Republic is something we might actually get to see one day.
That'd be fun.
But for now, no. For now, we don't get to see that. Okay. So let's talk about visions, and I guess what I was trying to get at there was my bad. We didn't talk about visions when this came out in October.
Right. Yeah.
I was on vacation for my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I got back and I watched a few, and then I watched a few more.
Mm-hmm.
And then I forgot to watch the last 3, and then I got back and I rewatched those, and then I finally convinced you that we should do this episode. But also because I don't feel like we're really going to give it full shrift.
Yeah.
We needed something else to do. So we're going to do the year in review also.
Yeah.
So we're going to spend a little bit of time on Vision Season 3, get that out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Again, not to say that it's like not worth your time or whatever, but it's lost a little bit of its gusto since the first.
I would say so. Like I said, I'm like, I couldn't fully get through it, but it's more because of my attention span in life these days. But I don't know. I have a 2-year-old tyrant that runs control of the TV until he goes to bed. So
really,
we really can't put anything else on.
You can't like give him like like a tablet or something.
I mean, I could. He doesn't have. What am I gonna go buy a tablet?
Well, come on. Some tablets are pretty cheap now.
That's true. But then I'm gonna have an iPad kid, and then that's worse. But
well, I mean, it sounds like you already basically do.
No, because he plays with his toys and shit. But like, he does just like to have his whatever in the background. So
okay.
I don't know. You're right. I should be like, hey, you don't get to control the TV.
Yeah, I mean, as the parent, I feel like it's your responsibility, one might say.
Look, again.
Listen, I'm not a parent.
I'm not arguing with a rational being. It is pure
chaos.
Pure chaos, pure just anger. And
That's
I don't know. He's full of rage 99% of the time. So over nothing.
Okay. Well, I feel for you on that. But
I'll bring him here one time and you can listen to it. And then you'll understand. Oh, I get it.
No. That's really not necessary. That's fine.
You can listen to him yell at you to put whatever he wants on.
Listen, I'm fine with yelling at him because he's not, like.
Then you'll make him cry, and then you'll feel bad.
I don't know. I feel like making a kid cry is not that hard, and I don't think it would make me feel that bad.
Oh my god!
Does that make me a bad person? I don't know.
Kind of,
maybe. But like, no, it's my freaking it's my freaking TV.
Nothing is yours once you have a child.
Okay, fair enough.
Everything is theirs.
All right, so overall thoughts on Vision season 3? I know you didn't get to see them all.
I didn't get through all of them. I liked that they did a second part to the
Sequel?
duel. Yeah, that was cool because that was one of my favorite
That's
ones.
season 1. There's
out of season
3
one.
sequels in this.
Oh, I didn't
season.
realize that. I might not have gotten to them all.
But also, they're not unless you watched season 1 recently. It's
that's fair. Because I rewatched. That was my first mistake today. I rewatched the first duel, and then whatever. Yeah,
that was your mistake.
I ran out of time.
You watched one extra episode. That means you couldn't finish the last 4.
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Because I fell asleep last night.
Yeah, that's fair. I've been staying up too late.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I think I watched like half. I watched. Yeah, that one was cute with the bear. The
Yuko's treasure.
That one was cute and sad.
Yeah, no, I think there's some good and there's some bad here. So here's my overall thoughts.
Sure.
Generally, things felt tonally and visually more consistent with Star Wars, in my opinion.
Yeah, than the middle, than 2. Season 2 was kind of all over the place, yeah.
But even season 1,
yeah,
where I think there was this idea of what is Star Wars anime, you know, what does that mean? And I think my thinking was it would be a lot closer in line with what we got in season 3 of Visions than what we got in season 1 or season 2.
Right.
Whereas it felt like what we got before was anime with Star Wars trappings on top.
Yes.
Less Star Wars anime, quote unquote. If that makes sense, the distinction, you know. So this time really feels like, oh no, this is the galaxy we know generally, but with an anime lens over it. You know, Japanese perspective. So I liked that because it felt more familiar in that way. But at the same time, I also think, and this is mentioned, so I read the IGN review for season 3. They didn't love it. They didn't hate it either. They just thought like it's lost a little of its gusto. It doesn't have the same punch as it used to. And also, a lot of the stories kind of had the same themes over and over and over.
Yeah, yeah.
Which you could argue is a problem for Star Wars in general.
Yeah.
But it really feels emboldened. Like if I was watching 3 episodes at a time in chunks, like per day, the IGN review basically said, "Don't binge this. It doesn't help. Like it makes it worse."
Yeah.
So anyway, I agree. But even watching them in 3 episode chunks, I was like, man, I just like these all feel like the same story.
I think that's what I fucked up on because every time I tried to watch this, I tried to just do it in a run, and it just didn't.
No,
it was too hard to pay attention.
And so, whatever, put that aside. The visuals are still great. It's still fun to see these kind of like unique ideas, quote unquote, sometimes. Obviously not completely unique. But the same general issues that I've had with Visions in the past kind of remain present here, in that many of the core tropes of anime are not something that I like find enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like the dialogue is extremely stilted and often is explaining how people feel in a very obvious way.
Right.
Like, oh, I feel this, or don't do that because it is bad. You know, like stuff like that. It's like that stuff really, and obviously that's an extreme example. There wasn't anything that egregious, but I just feel like it really grates at me, and I find it like pulls me out of whatever, you know, they're trying to tell. And that's not true with all of them, but like most of them. And then also they are, and maybe this is a side effect of like they're doing mini episodes, so they don't have a lot of time to spend developing things, so they kind of have to just like explain it to you. But it sucks when they do that. Yeah. So I don't like it. And they, you know, just generally the characters are underdeveloped. There's some clunky stuff in general, I think, where I'm like, I recognize this is anime and this is normal in anime, but I just feel like it's silly.
Right. Yeah.
And then so that kind of there's very heavy melodrama stuff.
Yes. Yes.
That also kind of like, I think, drags things. And then there's character animations that are so like overly expressive and over the top that they also become goofy.
Yes.
To me. So like that stuff kind of pulls me out a lot. But generally, like I try to look past that and see the things for what they are. When I watched this, I was doing myself a favor by tweeting out mini reviews of each episode so I could go back and look at them later.
Yeah. Smart.
But I still don't really remember the episodes that well. So I'm going to go along with we're going to go one at a time through the episode guide, which is literally one paragraph on StarWars.com.
Yeah.
As we go through these, and I'll read my review. And if you have any thoughts on any of them, you let me know. I will say there are some wins here, though. It's exciting to see, innovative ideas with Star Wars trappings.
Mm-hmm.
The action is typically thrilling, well animated.
Yeah.
The music was mostly great, with only a few exceptions. I think it worked best. I think when it was sticking to things that are closer to the kind of traditional orchestral, operatic form. And as I mentioned, there's 3 sequels, and the reason for that is because unlike season 2, which expanded the geography, so there was like studios from Korea and other places that could, and like South America that were doing this. This is back to Japan, so they backed a lot of the same studios that they were before. So the Duel, the Village Bride, and the Ninth Jedi all got sequels.
Oh, the Village Bride going. That was one of my favorite ones from
season 1.
Season 1 too.
Yes,
I didn't get to that one.
That's Yuko's Treasures. Is the sequel to that.
Okay, yeah. I didn't realize that. Should have watched it.
And then the Ninth Jedi, which you mentioned. So the Ninth Jedi, which has a follow-up in this one, is also getting a spin-off series.
Oh.
It's getting its own animated series called The Ninth Jedi. Star Wars Tales of the Visions, something like that. Own animated series. Star Wars Visions presents The Ninth Jedi. It's a bit clunky, but that's coming out in 2026, so look forward for that next year. As I mentioned, overall, their season 3 review on IGN mentions that the novelty has worn off, though I am intrigued a little bit by the spin-off series to see how that kind of comes together.
Yeah.
The review also noted that the repetitive nature of many stories here, and it's true, and they all tend to have similar theme, which doesn't make them getting through them any easier, makes it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Here's their final kind of blurb. Quote, as a whole, Star Wars Visions Volume 3 is the animated series' most uneven outing to date, narrowing the focus back to anime studio Rob's visions of some of the variety season 2 had in spades. There's too much emphasis on rote Jedi Sith battles and a revolving door of plucky orphan heroes in these episodes. More than ever, the lesser episodes tend to blur together, but there are several real winners in Volume 3, from the long-awaited return of the Ronin in the Duel Payback to the visual stunning The Bird of Paradise, which is my favorite, and the wild romp that is Black, which I didn't really care for. Visions remains worth a watch, but try not to consume all the season at once. Okay, so let's get into this one at a time. Let me share my screen, and we will go through this together. It's funny. It's just me now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. I like it better that
way. That's so funny. I hope your mic is on over here.
Hopefully.
Am I still in here? You got a mic.
That's good.
Yeah, okay.
That's okay. I'm fine to be a voice back here because I didn't watch all of them, so I don't deserve to be on camera.
Okay, fair enough. I'll just scoot back into the middle over here. Okay, so the Duel Payback. This is a sequel to the very first episode from season 1.
Yeah.
Or volume 1. This one is probably one of the most visually arresting. We probably remember it as being like the one that they really sold it on. If you remember the first one, it had a umbrella, a lightsaber.
Yeah, that
umbrella.
was wild.
And people were like, "This is stupid. Why? This makes no sense." And this is where I have to tell people, this is anime. Yes. It doesn't have to make any sense.
It can be a little kooky. Yeah. It's funny because the only thing that this is such a dumb gripe. The only thing that pulled me out of that one for a second is that the Sith girl in the first one is wearing high heels. I'm like, she would never wear high heels.
Oh.
That's not like, girls don't fight in high heels. It's stupid. And they're like pumps. Like, they're not boots. They're not.
Yeah, no, that's anime.
Yeah, I was like, I get it. It's anime. But I was like, she's wearing 6-inch heels and she's standing on a log in a river. Dumb.
Yeah, well, she's also a Jedi, so she can do lots of stuff. Whatever.
So I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
She's on the dark side to keep her shoes on, I guess. I don't know.
In Kamikaze Duga's sequel to The Duel, the Ronin continues on his quest to pursue and defeat the Sith, but an unexpected ally, a Sith warrior named Ane-san, will help him face his greatest foe, a twisted Jedi known as the Grand Master.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, Winston.
He just stuck his nose up here.
That's okay. So yeah, I like this one. Here's what I wrote for The Duel. stunningly animated, interesting art direction, compelling action, if a bit muddy at times. I feel like you can kind of lose some of the visual clarity through the black and white nature of it all. This one imagines feudal Japan as if it were in the Star Wars universe. Feels like what the Old Republic could resemble, in a certain way, but ultimately too anachronistic to be anything other than anime.
Mm-hmm.
This is a complete story, which is good. Not all that. It's not true for all of them. Characters are fun.
Yeah.
Fallen Dark Jedi cyborg versus a Sith hunter who is formerly Sith. Pretty cool idea.
Mm-hmm.
I love the score, very orchestral, riffing on Williams' more playful stuff, but at the same time, still completely wacky in only the way anime can be. So this is a big fan. I like this one. If I was forced to rank it, which I don't normally do, out of 10, I would give it an 8.
Yeah. I really liked that Anae-san character.
Yeah.
I thought she was drawn really cool. I liked how at one point they had her Twi'lek Lekus tied up in like a knot, like a bun on top of her head. I was like, that's so cool. I've never thought of like Twi'leks putting their like
hair in a bun,
but whatever. I was like, that's so neat to see a different style because a lot of times you just see the same trope with Twi'leks where they're just like super hot and they have big boobs and whatever. But like she looked hot and big boobs. They always have super hot, just big racks, especially when they're Sith.
Yeah, I think that's because the art, the like, what's it called? The concept art for Talon became so popular.
Well, yeah.
And that was such a like blatantly like, what's the sexiest thing that we could draw?
Yeah. But I thought her look was really cool.
Yeah, it's very striking for sure. I mean, this is easily like, obviously again, like black and white with like pops of color from the lightsabers. Good. It's like a really cool idea. Mm-hmm. It's like, this is like, they should have gone back to this. They do, and it executes on it well. So, and then cool.
the Grandmaster there was like super creepy because his face didn't move because it was, I don't know. It's very interesting to me to like your face gets messed up in a fight, and then you just get a mask of your old face to wear over your cyborg face.
That's a cool idea.
It is. It's like, it's very, and again, it is a very anime thing too, but it's like, it's kind of unsettling to have a character like speaking, but the face doesn't change. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I was a big fan of the characters.
Almost like Darth Vader.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. You're right. You're correct. But he didn't have a Anakin face over his...
No. Could you imagine? That's really funny. That's so... Oh, my God. A Jake Lloyd mask over top of the Vader. It's like...
Yeah.
It's like, I can't take you seriously like this, Lord Vader.
Yeah.
Okay, so... Season 2, episode 2, The Song of Four Wings. Mm-hmm. Here's what I wrote about this. Super fun visuals with upbeat electro score. Mm-hmm. The colors really pop, especially after the previous episode, black and white. The tone is much lighter, giving the feel of a kind of a kid's cartoon. The little rabbit character is very cute. Hard
Adorable.
To get past the stilted exposition that explains literally everything. This is more of a vignette type of experience. The droid is also... functions as a mech, is kind of lame in my opinion, but nothing like a cute force-wielding creature to carry things along.
Yeah.
So this can kind of like gets by on its cuteness factor, but largely like doesn't make any sense and doesn't really matter. So
it's hard when you only have like 20 minutes to tell a whole story. Some of them are
way less than that. Some are shorter than that.
Yeah, so I get it. It's
a rebel princess. See, like you're going retreading stuff. A rebel princess, you know what I mean? Crane and her droid sidekick Tortu investigate the Imperial presence in the latest from Studio Q on a snowy planet where the rebels are based. Again, very reminiscent of Hoth. Crane must leap into action to protect an innocent child from the Empire's wrath. So I don't really have much more to say about this than nice colors, overly childish, I think, generally. But yeah. By the way, if you go to StarWars.com, you can watch featurettes on each of these episodes, which I have not done. Okay, moving along. Season 3, Episode 3, The Ninth Jedi, Child of Hope. Again, this is a sequel to a Season 1 episode, and this is the one that is getting a spin-off series.
I'm curious why this one's getting a spin-off series, but...
I think it was really liked in the first season.
Yeah.
And had like enough of a foundation of a cohesive... larger narrative that they could build on that.
That makes sense.
Okay, so
because that's the one with the little girl and her dad has all the the lightsabers, right?
Yeah.
Like he makes lightsabers.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah.
Picking up where the Ninth Jedi left off, production IG continues the story of Kara on her quest, or Kara, to find her father while being pursued by Jedi hunters. Separated from Juro and adrift in space, Kara encounters the mysterious Tito, a service droid who tends to an abandoned
He was so
ship.
cute.
This is what I wrote, and it's one of the shortest reviews, which is funny. Back to a more traditional score, which I really like. For me, it was like, if the visuals are gripping enough, then it's like, does the music make it work?
Mhm.
And a lot of times when they went with something that was not traditional Star Wars, the answer was no.
Mm.
So, but like when we did the traditional scores, I found like it was like, it really helped pull me back in. Here's what else I said. I really like what they're doing with the Williams-like stuff. So anything that's like traditional Star Wars themed in its execution, visually distinct from the rest of the design, with designs that feel outside of the regular Star Wars visuals we know. Which I think that gives it a lot of extra points, because again, you can kind of remix a lot of the same stuff over and over again, but seeing new stuff is very cool. I did find that the third person dialogue and melodrama to be grating. So we'll see how this entire series works out. So like the first episodes are the ones I've watched furthest away, so I remember the worst.
Yeah.
But as we get further along here, I'll have and especially in the later episodes, I'll have more opinions on like the actual specifics of the episode. Did you watch this one?
Yeah, I did. So this one was interesting because she gets like sucked out of her ship into space, and then this little guy finds her because he's on a crashed big ship.
Right.
And his old master is in like a bacta tank in the ship.
Right.
But you find out that he's basically been dead for years because he couldn't get to him for a while.
Right.
Yeah, because this big statue's in the way, so she moves the statue, yada, yada. But the ship was interesting because it was like massive, and it had all these really cool areas of it that like looked like you were outside and then inside, and yeah, I don't know. But yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay. I remember that.
Yeah, everything was like huge. I don't know. And obviously there's bounty hunters that show up and they're looking for her and they're trying to raid the ship and all that.
Yeah, there's a bounty hunter in like every single one of these.
Yeah. There's always bounty hunters. These ones were interesting. They had like the vibro staffs.
Yeah, that's cool.
But then they also like threw their hats like Embo does.
Oh, mm-hmm.
But then they looked not like him. I don't know. It's kind of...
Or like Oddjob from James Bond.
Does he throw his hat?
Yeah, he does.
Is Oddjob the little one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was good.
Yeah, at this point it's like I'll hold my breath until we have like a more complete narrative.
Yeah.
To kind of sink my teeth into. Is this supposed to be set in like the far future?
I really don't know when anything's set.
Some of them are more obvious than others.
Yeah. This one, it felt more far future because it seemed like there's less Jedi and they're kind of scrambling, and it's like they're still more hunted. So yeah.
Okay, so season 3, episode 5, Yuko's Treasure. This is the final of the sequels to episodes from season 1. In a new short from Wit Studio, the partnership between Bounty Hunter 7 and her droid IVA-4 becomes strained on a job for a disreputable businessman, Jim Sim Canbalon, and the industrialist's intentions become clear, and the job morphs into more than Sven bargained for. She will have to choose where her loyalties lie. This one is very cool because I think it tells a complete story. Yeah, I liked this. I did get through this one. I liked the droid. I like that he was a medical droid that she put assassin protocol in, but he still talks in his medical voice. Yes, I like when he's an assassin. But I don't know. I felt like when he sounded like an assassin, there's a hint of him sounding like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's funny in it, and it was cracking me up. So I was like, I did not catch that. Yeah, here's what I wrote. Made me laugh. Despite being extremely childish, this is Yuko's Treasure? No, I think I skipped one. You did, because this is the Bounty Hunter, episode 4. This is episode 4. Where did I go? Bounty Hunters. I said Yuko's Treasure before. Bounty Hunters is not a sequel. No. I didn't think so. Yuko's Treasure is. This one's not a sequel. Sorry, I skipped one by accident. Season 3, episode 4, The Bounty Hunters. Another complete story with a fun cliffhanger. So you could kind of like come back to this if you wanted. What's interesting is how this season seems to be more comfortable in the Star Wars universe that we know. For instance, here we are in an explicitly New Republic setting with a droid that doesn't feel overly outside the norm to what you'd expect. So like we dealt with a droid that became a mech suit earlier.
Right. Yeah.
Right. This is just like you said, it's a droid it's a medical droid that she's reprogrammed. Interesting idea.
Yeah.
Right. But believable in the story. Like you could see
Absolutely.
that fitting into one of the movies or whatever. It's all very familiar, which is both good and bad. We talked about that before. They layer in a giant droidica battle suit, which is pretty standard anime fare, unfortunately. But overall, it's a comfy episode with no unexpected turns, really. Well executed, but I didn't love the music for this episode.
I did not notice the music.
Again, it was just not very traditional Star Wars, which I feel like immediately makes it feel less like Star Wars, especially when you're already looking at something that doesn't really look like Star Wars in a traditional way.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Yuko's Treasure. This one is the one I was going to talk about before. This one is very cute. I will say.
I was only half watching this one. I don't know.
This one, it's called. Okay, wait a minute. This is episode 5. Is it taking me to episode 6 here? I think.
Did you have yours mixed up?
No, I don't know, because I have Yuko's Treasure and then the Lost Ones isn't that one after that. So I think this is right. But I feel like this one's taking me to the Lost Ones, but I really wanted to go. This is episode 5. This one says episode 6, so let me look at what the next one says. Because I do want to talk about Yuko's Treasure, because this one I did like. I don't
think I got to the Lost Ones.
Okay. So I think Star Wars has this mixed up.
Yeah,
because on Disney Plus, StarWars.com has this mixed up. Because on StarWars.com, Season 3, Episode 5 is Yuko's Treasure, and Season 3, Episode 6 is The Lost Ones, but they have this mixed up. Okay, so Yuko's Treasure, the last of the sequels. That's one, again, the previous one was The Bride. This one, like I think visually is very striking. So, orphaned by her family and cared for by a benevolent bear-like droid named Billy.
So cute.
Young Yuko makes a life on Tatooine in the latest from Kinema Citrus. That's the anime studio. When a streetwise kid conspires to steal a small droid, Yuko embarks on an adventure that will reveal her family legacy and power of friendship and found family. So, I will say, family legacy, friendship, and found family, core Star Wars concepts.
Yeah, of course.
Visually striking. So as I said here in my mini review, despite being extremely childish, which is clearly intended for like smaller children,
right?
It's still a beautiful rendition of Tatooine, even if the main characters look very out of place against the background.
Yeah, it is fun seeing Tatooine and seeing that like same whatever cantina, same Mos Eisley. Is it Mos Eisley cantina?
Yep.
Yeah. So it is kind of fun getting to see that. You're like, oh, okay, like I know that place, so
it's not Mos Espa.
Yeah. But the bear was very cute.
I have mixed feelings about a bear droid.
Do you?
Yeah.
It's pretty cute.
I just feel like it makes no sense.
I don't know. But for like a little kid, it's like less scary.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know where he comes from. But
it becomes pretty scary when he gets reprogrammed later.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, like the coyote wolf-like pirate, very cool. But also, we proved that in Skeleton Crew.
Yes, yeah.
And again, the stilted dialogue takes me out of it a bit, but I will say it's better here. It's got a little bit more to say, and it's, I think, pretty fun in general, right? And it has like a fun twist where kind of like you think one thing's happening and then something else happens. Yeah, just like I like the idea of like, oh yeah, your parent, like I'm watching over you for your dead parents, and your parents had this like big plan in mind for you, and like all that stuff. That's all fun. But again, like the villains and the main characters are all very like one note, and kind of like not that interesting, unfortunately. I would watch more from this studio just because I think that they like have an interesting visual look.
Yeah.
Okay, now we can talk about the Lost Ones. This one I wrote a longer review for. And I like this one a lot. This is probably my second favorite.
Oh, okay.
Of the three, my top 3. This one being 2, number 3 being episode 1, The Duel.
Yeah.
And then number 1 is coming up in a bit. But we'll start with Smuggler. In Trigger's newest exploration.
Wait, don't you want to go to Lost Ones or no?
Oh,
because Lost Ones is 6.
Yes. Oh my God. Stupid.
Got you. I got you.
Thank you. This stupid guide. This guide is wrong. The Lost Ones. In Kinema Citrus's studio sequel to story to The Village Bride. Okay, wait. Sorry. This is the sequel?
Yeah.
The other one wasn't a sequel?
Sense.
All right, whatever. When her ship is damaged, an incognito F escapes certain disaster with the help of with a crew of refugees. But when her identity attracts the Empire and the craft is intercepted, F must confront her former master, Shad Ra. What's funny about this? Well, not funny. I'll say I like a lot about this episode. So let me start with. I'll just read what I wrote. Now we're cooking. This is easily the best of the batch so far. So many positives working for this one. Beautifully painterly aesthetic. Strong voice performances with Mark Strong playing the master Shad Ra. Compelling hook with the carbonite freezing concept. And again, the score is unreal good, both orchestral and choral, reminiscent of the Duel of the Fates. My only gripe would be that the characterizations rely on caricatures to fill in the blanks, which is fine given their time constraints, but they might be reaching a bit too far with the character tropes in places. Finally, we are treated to a strong, nuanced dialogue that leaves room for interpretation.
Oh.
There is a very fun Star Wars romp here that blends anime into it well, and the main, Master Shad Ra is maybe the most androgynous character of all the characters in this entire volume.
Love that.
You just have no idea if that is a man or a woman. You've despite voiced by Mark Strong, you just don't know. So, and that's fine. That's anime if I've ever seen it. This is really cool. I know you probably didn't see this one.
No, I didn't.
So this planet is devastated. Like it's got, again, it's very trope heavy. So it's like there's a planet that has been devastated by imperial mining disaster. You've heard that story before. But this time they were mining for carbonite.
Okay.
And so what happens is, because this carbonite mining, these carbonite storms come through and then freeze everything.
Oh, interesting.
On the planet's surface.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah.
It's visualized well. Anyway, so this F character comes and saves these people from the planet, and they escape back to this ship that they have where people from the planet are living on this kind of city ship.
Mm-hmm.
And the Empire comes and they have to fight them off. And then again, there's this encounter where she faces off against her master in this think of the throne room from episode 8, which is all red, and then the instead of it being red, it's bunch of screens that make it look like you're outside.
Oh,
and then it converts
cool.
into you can kind of see it here, this is clouds, and then it's also then it's stars. You can look outside.
Oh yeah.
So it's got this flowery field aesthetic for the duel, which is obviously very cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
And again, strong performances here. Like I said before, it does not hit you over the head with everything they're feeling. They're just
nice.
kind of having an actual conversation, which is different.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really like this one. This is number 2 on my list of favorites. Okay, now we can talk about the smuggler. Yeesh. Sorry about that confusion, everyone. This is Studio Trigger, which is one of the few anime houses that I actually know. I'm again impressed by how well put together this one is from a visual perspective, and it's both tight and familiar from a story perspective. The dialogue isn't as stilted as usual, and the action is solid. Easy win for me. Though I'll admit that the overly dramatic arm waving character animations are a bit much.
There's
a lot
very
of
anime,
the whoa,
though.
whoa, whoa, and
Yeah.
and that stuff does great at me.
That's fair.
I just have a hard time taking it seriously. Okay, so this is
a bit too much.
Yeah. Trigger's newest exploration of the underworld. Despite a smuggler, Cheetah, despite being a smuggler, Cheetah is hired to rescue a young prince wanted by the Empire. But a job that at first seems like a quick payday quickly becomes an epic journey to the planet Xanarita. So this one's again pretty straightforward fare, in terms of hey, there's an imperial occupation. The local royalty doesn't agree with the Empire, and they go into exile.
Very typical.
Hiding, and then a
storyline.
Yeah, and a Jedi is protecting the leadership. They're reluctant to use their lightsaber, but do it, and then they have to escape on a ship, and yada yada yada.
Yeah,
and they literally end at Yavin 4, which is okay. Fair enough. Yeah. So it's all very fun. But we've been in there, done that before. I think it's just well executed version of what that looks like.
Yeah.
Okay, now we get to my favorite. Season 3, episode 8, The Bird of Paradise. Now, before we get into this, I will say that I can't figure out what the name of this title. Like, a lot of these titles are very straightforward. The
Right.
Smuggler.
Yeah.
I think we know what we're talking about. The Bird of Paradise. You know what a bird of paradise is? And
It's a flower, right?
No, it's a type of bird.
Plant?
I mean, it's also a type of plant, I think, but it's
a
named
flower
after.
plant.
It's named
Okay.
after a group of birds
Okay, fair enough.
that have come from like tropical part of the world,
Gotcha.
where they're like, you know, like toucans and stuff. They're all like
Mhm.
they're very bright and colorful.
Right.
And so this is a very bright and colorful, like extremely visually striking,
Right.
piece of anime. And I like when we're like, it looks like it's both hand drawn and CG blended together.
Okay.
It's very cool.
Yeah, it looks like a painting.
Yeah, it's beautiful. But I think so far, as far as I can tell, that's the only reason it's called Bird of Paradise.
Because it's super
because
colorful.
it's super colorful.
Yeah.
And unless anyone has another reason for why it might be called that.
Well,
that's
what is the thing? So she's blinded in battle,
Yeah.
and then she's spiritual trial. So is she the bird of paradise? Like,
I
'cause
guess.
it's colorful. Like she can't see.
Yeah, I
But-
just feel like it's really stretching the metaphor.
Yeah.
In the latest from Polygon Pictures, Nakame, a hot-headed Jedi Padawan, must undergo a series of spiritual trials after being blinded in battle. Is the dark side stronger for the young Jedi, or can she overcome the temptation? Again, we've been there and done that with all this before,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
In terms of like a blind Jedi,
Yeah.
B, a hot-headed Padawan, C, the temptations of the dark side.
Putting them all together.
All those things come together here, and it's like, okay, yeah, like on its surface, it's like, you know, a little like cliche, but cliches are cliches for a reason, and if they're well executed, they work.
Yeah.
So this is what I wrote. Not sure if this episode's title really works more than other to express how vibrant the colors are here. I'm otherwise drawing a blank on the connection. Though even if it's just about the colors, it might be worth it because the visuals are stunningly beautiful. Rich and expressive art that brings in the mysticism of the Force to life. I've never seen the Force visualized like this. We've seen Blind Jedi before, but this is probably the best realization of it I have seen. At least as it relates to how they interact with the world through the Force. While Nakame is mostly annoying, her arc lands well. George Takai making an appearance here as a toad is awesome and very Yoda-like,
That's
but in a good way. The dialogue is cryptic but has depth and meaning. This really seems to blend Japan and Star Wars together in the best way I've seen so far. This does the whole raison d'etre for this in a nutshell, because it takes these ideas, like I said, we've all seen before, and then expresses them in this visual way that you've never seen before.
Right.
So again, it's hard to describe since you haven't seen it. I'm not going to try to describe what the visuals are, other than to say that there are these sequences where she has to like reach out with the Force to see the quote unquote see the world now that she's blinded.
Yeah, that makes sense. To like
Right?
see the things around her and
Right.
interact with things.
But
yeah.
like the way that they interpret that is so interesting. Like I'd say, if you have to go back and rewatch one of these, just make it this one. Because just for that alone, like if you can take that idea and then like extract it and like put it, it's like, okay, maybe this is what Kanan was going through when he was blind. Then it's like, then it makes it more worth it. Not that you need to do it that way. I'm just saying like it adds so much depth to this idea of what seeing through the Force would feel like.
Is it anything like what people say like synesthesia is?
I don't know what that is.
It's like when people see colors in music and sounds.
Oh,
So they say that like they can, when they're hearing music and seeing whatever people talking or mostly music, that it will look like colors moving to them.
That's cool, but no.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, yes. I guess
Maybe,
to some
yeah.
degree, yes, it is that.
Yeah.
There's
it's almost
colors
like you
moving,
can see the movement of
and
the
there's, like-
music and it's
There's like
in their mind's eye.
ripples.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like negative space, but then like it's filled with like
Okay.
these very specific touchstones that come through. It's really good. Again, Nakame is very, again, annoying. Like she's like, she's so overly.
Is it like that anime girl
Yes,
annoying?
Yes. Yes. It's like,
I get it.
and like
Like
constant,
Sailor Moon?
not quite that bad, but like, yeah, especially because that's like old anime.
Yeah.
But like what they're doing here is this, like, instead of doing narration or just showing it to us and letting us interpret it on its own, it's a lot of her describing how she feels the whole time, which is like, oh, I should give up. Everything's too hard. I can't see. And then maybe I shouldn't give up. Maybe there isn't reasons I shouldn't give up. And like that kind of stuff. And it's like, if she would just stop talking half as much, it would be way better. But worth it for the visuals here.
Julian doesn't want to hear about this girl's feelings, everybody.
She's literally alone by herself.
Okay, well, yeah, that's hard. You can't just have a character not talking.
I get it. But like, you actually could, because the visuals are doing so much work here.
Yeah,
right?
fair enough.
You know, have some faith in your audience. I feel like there's a lot of like lack of faith that people can understand what they're trying to convey.
Yeah,
just by
that's
visuals.
fair.
Which is not to say that that's how all anime is, especially because we're going to go talk about the last episode 9 Black, which is the complete opposite of that. But there's a lot of it in this season of Visions. And so I felt like by this point, I was like, oh, not another one of these. And then it really saves itself in the back half of this. George Takei having this like really, you know, great voice for a Yoda-like character is, you know, kind of gives the right lessons, very short, punchy, very cool. So recommend it. Okay, last episode 9, Black. So this is the weirdest of all of them, I would say, because it's very like, I don't know, stylized jazz cryptic. Like it's not like a traditional narrative.
When I was just kind of trying to flip through them too. Yeah, okay.
And this is like this artist style. So
it's very psychedelic.
David Productions' new short, written and directed by Shinya Ohira, which again, apparently this is like their thing. Exploring a stormtrooper's internal conflict amid an epic battle. On the cusp of defeat, a psychedelic journey intertwines the past and present, light and dark, and life and death for the Imperial Trooper. There's a lot of big ideas. And yes, it is very psychedelic, and it's like, you really need to be like, step outside yourself and be like, what are they really trying to say here? So
maybe you should microdose some mushrooms and then watch it again.
Yeah, maybe I should. Great idea.
Yeah. I said microdose.
Yeah, okay, right. But if you have a bunch of them, it's like a macro dose. So this is what I wrote. So I don't really get this one, quote unquote, get this one. Very cool abstract art here. Lots of frames that could be hung on a wall. Very pretty, but it might be just a bit too out there for my taste.
I like how, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt.
Yeah.
Because half of them you're like, stop explaining everything to me. I'm not dumb. And then this one you're like, I don't get
I know. And I feel like but like we're talking like both extremes.
I know.
This is very, yeah. I would like things to be more up for interpretation. This is too up for interpretation. But like, I guess, you know, so before I read this episode guide, this is what I had wrote. I said, my best guess, a trooper dying on the Death Star 2, coming to terms with their life as they join with the Force. Plus jazz, I guess.
Plus jazz. All right.
And I love jazz, but I was like, even this, I was like, well, this is too jazzy. And
too much jazz for Star Wars.
Yeah. And like,
was it jazz or was it jizz?
You know what? It probably was. It was probably some jizz whalers going hard.
Jizz whalers.
It is cool, like this abstract idea of like what's going through this person's head as all the, like this thing is happening. And obviously they're playing with big ideas here, right? Present, past and present, light and dark, life and death, all that stuff. There's this really crazy moment where he like clearly dies and then wakes up on like his body is like wakes up on a field and he's like flowers growing out of him and stuff. And it's like very cool.
Yeah. Cool.
But it's like, this is a bit heavy for, well, not heavy isn't the right word. It's just like, it's just too weird. It's just too weird.
A little bit too much going on. Yeah. You're like, I want the same story, but with less psychedelic weirdness.
Just a little bit less.
Yeah. I get it.
But I get like as a like visual experience, it's very fun. Like this is something you could easily put on and be like just a fun ride.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Visions season 3. Well, I wonder if they'll do a 4th season.
Yeah.
Especially if they're doing now like full
like
episodes.
spin-offs. Yeah.
Okay, so that takes us to our year in review. Any other thoughts on Visions before?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, neither do I. I have no other thoughts. All right, so let me go back to before we get into the everything here, and I'll switch my topics around. And I'll change our little logo banner around, topic banner. And we're going to be talking about Star Wars in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Complicated year. Before we get into like the specific moments or like highlights, as it were, what's your general like vibe on Star Wars coming out of 2025?
I'm not mad at it. Like I feel like I enjoyed a lot of the things that I watched this year.
Yeah, it's been good stuff, but there hasn't been a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that's fair, but I think maybe we were a little spoiled.
Also, some might say that quality is better than quantity.
Well, yeah, and I do feel like, unfortunately, some of the negativity out there in the world kind of kiboshes things and makes them maybe pull back a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
So I would say that people need to chill out a little bit more.
I think that applies across the board. That's not even just Star Wars. That's everywhere.
I think I'm still kind of frustrated with like how awful Acolyte was treated.
Oh, I know. I want to see a second season.
Me
of that.
too. And I'm like, am bummed out that it got tanked by people who didn't even watch it, didn't even give it a chance, just like trolls on the internet.
I try to tell people that that's some of the coolest lightsaber battles.
Yeah.
Like, that's not cool. I'm
No.
like, you don't know what you're talking about.
It's so cool.
They're
It's
like,
some really cool, like, I don't know.
Crouching Tiger meets Star
Yeah.
Wars.
I'm
Oh,
like, you
that's
guys
not cool, I
totally-
guess. My bad.
Absolutely. You totally messed up because like we could have had like the Stranger is such a fucking cool character.
Mm-hmm.
He's so cool. There's a connection to Plagueis, and
All the
it just
actors
got
were like so
bombed.
in like it like dedicated to
Oh
it.
man, they were all like did so well, and like I feel so it hurts my soul a little bit because I hate.
And that was 2024. To be clear,
Was it okay? Fair enough. Was it 2024?
Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah, it
okay. I guess
ended.
I'm
It was
still
at the
salty
end
about
of 2024, and then we got Skeleton Crew.
I'm still butthurt about it. Yeah, you're right. We had that's
they
true.
crossed over.
They crossed over. Yeah, you're right.
But
so,
like,
yeah. I'm just like,
yeah.
but I feel like, yeah, like when
We've
you
climbed out of it a bit in 2025.
Yeah.
A little bit.
when you're super harsh, then it's going to affect things going forward, and that is a bummer.
Yeah, I also think that Star Wars is too reactive to fans, and I think that's a problem.
Just ignore them. Ignore us.
Yeah.
We don't matter. Like, just let people make cool stuff and write cool
People
stories.
will figure it out.
But we did get some like awesome stories this year. Like Andor was obviously so good. Skeleton Crew seriously surprised me on how much I liked it. I was concerned at first. I was like, I don't know about this, but I was like, man, this is awesome. Like, it was such a fun story.
I want to listen to that freaking pirate theme again.
I know, right? But yeah, it was so good. It was like we actually got like Goonies meets Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
And I guess,
Like,
yes, it's like, was it perfect? It's like, yeah, maybe we could have dealt with
Nothing
less
is.
Star Wars suburbia, I guess, or whatever. But
Sure,
like, who gives
but-
a crap? Like, the rest of it was so
Yeah.
fun.
It was
And
great. Yeah.
Jude Law was great.
He was so good. I know. That was another thing people were like, I don't know about this guy. I'm
a
like,
little blue
no.
elephant boy. Oh my God.
It
What was
was-
his name? I don't know. Remember.
Nell or Neil.
Neil.
It was Neil. Yeah.
Little Neil.
It was so good.
Cute
I was
little
like,
kid.
that's the kind of content that I like. Like, I like the darker stories. It's just such a contrast, obviously, too, between Andor and Skeleton Crew. Like, Skeleton Crew's a little bit lighter. There are some like kind of dark moments, but I don't know. It's fun getting to have content that can be appealing to different groups of people too.
Well, it's not going to be thing for everyone all the time.
No, but I'm like, and generally, I'm a pretty like easy to please Star Wars fan. I like most things. I'm not too much of a negative Nelly when it comes to things. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'm on the, other spectrum from some, but I just like getting content. I like getting more things and having more like fun.
Yeah, I
fun
mean, like
things to
I
watch
think
and-
you got to. It's a big universe. It's got lots of galaxy. It's got a lot to share. So there's going to be lots of stuff. Some of it's going to hit for you. Some of it's not going to hit for you. But like to write it all off as Disney slop or whatever is not fair. This year there was such a basically Andor was so almost universally praised.
Yes. Yeah.
That things got so high with Andor, and I'm still riding that buzz a little bit.
Yeah.
That Star Wars could kind of almost do no wrong in 2025 because they didn't really do that much in 2025.
Yeah.
They finished Skeleton Crew. Andor came along, completely made everyone forget about all the stuff that they didn't like.
Yeah.
And then we basically got nothing else after that. We got Tales of the Empire or Tales of the Underworld.
Yeah. And that was like slightly disappointing for me.
Yeah.
I was just hoping, I guess, for some like I did
even the story, like it was characters that we liked, and then but like the execution of them was like I actually didn't need to know about any of that.
Yeah,
really.
some of it was like, oh, I'm like, okay, but yeah, I just felt like they could have gone darker with it. I think that was kind of my.
I just don't understand the point of like it. Our review at the time, you can go back and listen to it. Was like it's called Tales of the Underworld. It's not really.
It wasn't really.
Neither story was really an underworld story.
No.
So it's kind of that's the. There's place for the story somewhere in some animation, and you know, as we've said, Star Wars animation needs to continue, and we are going to get more of that in 2026 with Maul Shadow Lords, but we were very light on animation this year.
Yeah,
you know, with Bad Batch being in 2024.
When are we getting Maul Shadow this year?
This 2026.
Oh, I'm so excited for that.
So yeah, ultimately. It's like hard to be that upset about it because they mostly kind of stood pat. There were some big announcements, but we weren't able to be disappointed by anything because nothing really happened.
Right.
Other than like this absolute monolith that was Andor and how massive it was. I was obsessed with it. I know obviously we did our weekly coverage.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Which was amazing. But I consumed as much Tony Gilroy interviews and other podcasts covering it week to week as I could because I just was obsessed with how great that show was.
Yeah.
Which really does like ignite a flame of like, this is how good Star Wars can be when given, you know, when you give creators the freedom to make the art that they want to make.
Exactly.
And so ultimately, I hope that lessons were learned there. You know, time will tell on that. On one hand, the next kind of movie the next movie is The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Right. Yeah.
And I have big question marks about whether or not that is going to be a success.
I'm so confused. I don't know. I don't like the name for some reason.
It's not a great name.
Yeah, it's like I don't know. I don't know why it's just...
They wanted to keep the Mandalorian in there, but they should have just called it The Mandalorian then.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's like, I know that's the show, that's what it's called, but it's like, and it's like the movie. People would be able to distinguish between the two by saying one's a TV show, one's the movie.
Yeah.
And instead they went with this very like soapy kind of like not soapy, but like those early 1940s style.
Yeah. Like cartoons.
What's the word I'm looking for here? But anyway, like the stuff that like Indiana Jones and stuff was based off of, they're going for like Indiana Jones and the blank, which is like the Mandalorian and Grogu. It's supposed to be like that same idea of a name.
I get it. It's like the Ant-Man and the Wasp, right? But yeah.
Yeah, no, but it sucks. First of all, that movie is not a movie that people talk about. Second of all,
it's just very like, you know,
it's clunky and it does, and it's like it's very evocative of exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But it also doesn't really describe to you what the movie is because we talked about this before. This is confusing because not only did season 3 of The Mandalorian like unwind a bunch of stuff that they shouldn't have unwound in the first place. They spread out episodes of their own show into other shows.
Yes.
Which was a mistake. And they like really doubled down on some of these bigger ideas that weren't really landing on television. So, okay, you want to go bigger, you want to go to this, you want to go to the movies. We haven't been to the movies since episode 9, which, you know, we don't talk about obviously. But is this the movie you want to relaunch Star Wars in theaters?
Yeah, right. I know.
I don't know.
We'll see. I mean, it is very. I think the characters are loved.
Show. People like the characters.
Yeah, so I think, and it does cross your Star Wars fandom because there's people who can watch this that like really don't give a shit about the rest of Star Wars.
Is it just going to feel like a big episode of the TV show?
I don't know. That's the thing. I'm like, what? Yeah, I need to get more about what the story is going to be, and hopefully it's really engaging and not stale and not something we've seen before.
Yeah, but like, so yeah, I mean, obviously there's the stuff with if you've seen the trailer, there's the stuff with the like ripped hut, you know, whatever. And like there's going to be some gladiatorial combat and yada yada. But like,
yeah.
What's the point of this story?
Yeah.
And it's like, does he get the Razor Crest back? Because if so, that makes no sense. It seems to be that's the case.
Isn't it exploded?
Yeah. It exploded into so many tiny pieces that
like incinerated.
Yeah.
I mean, he might just get a different, bigger ship.
Okay, but exact same ship. It's the same ship, but a different one. Another
Razor Crest
Civic.
Yeah.
I guess that's possible, but like I think the idea, it's like the idea of what they're presenting to us is like, whoa, we've got too far. Let's retread back to where we were before.
Like they're going to go backwards,
and it's like we don't need to go back. Well, I mean, no. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying that they are scared of the changes they made and they want to revert them.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, it doesn't make sense for him to be a bounty hunter if he's flying around on his Naboo starfighter.
Right.
It's like, okay, but then give him a different new ship.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe it's flashbacks. I'll
could be.
I'll hold out hope that it's not completely a retread, but like,
yeah.
I just have so many concerns about this movie, and I'm very worried that if it's not a hit, and it's also been filmed for a really long time.
Yeah.
And they've just been holding it, It's set for May 22nd, so it's pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
But I am worried. Obviously, we'll cover it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. And then I think, of course, like next we have the next movie that was announced, and is done filming. So, Sean Levy's Star Wars Starfighter. Oh my goodness, Winston, it's okay, buddy. We're talking about Star Wars. It's all right.
He has opinions.
What do you want to say about it? What do you want to talk about? Yeah. Is that they announced Sean Levy's Star Wars Starfighter,
mm-hmm.
which is going to be in theaters in 2027. It's wrapped filming. And it stars Ryan Gosling as like the main person.
I'm pretty excited about this.
And Flynn Gray, who is a new kid that we don't know. But like, we've basically seen this black and white photo and this one where they're out on that on the water on that like raft,
mm-hmm.
and that's it. And I also have concerns about this one because it's like, oh, another like father son or like found family. It's like another Mandalorian Grogu situation.
Right.
It's like, what? How many of these are we going to do?
Yeah.
And so, I have faith in the filmmakers and the production here, but like, it feels like we're just throwing Star Wars ideas at the wall. And like,
mm-hmm.
I would like a little bit more cohesive vision to say, here's what Star Wars is going forward.
Yeah.
This is what we're going to do. We're going to do a new trilogy. It's going to be based on these ideas, and we're confident in what we're making and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But right now, what I hear from Star Wars is we're not confident in what we're doing. Please like it. We beg you. And we're not sure. If you don't like it, we're not sure what we're going to do. And like, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. What do you think of Starfighter?
I don't know. I don't know what to think. I feel like I like the casting so far. So, because who else is they're saying in here? Mia Goth, Amy Adams. Right. Yeah, Ryan Gosling. Like, I feel like Ryan Gosling fits in Star Wars.
Do you? Why?
Yeah, I feel like he's got the
scruffy looking nerf herder look going.
Good looking, obviously, but I feel like he can do the swaggerness of it, but he can also do the comedy of it and like the soft parts. So I do think he can play a well-rounded character that has attitude, but
I mean, he's a great actor. I'm not like,
yeah.
I mean, we saw him in Barbie be kind of like all things. And
yeah, like, goofy. Yeah, so I really like him as an actor. There's not really many things that he's in that I'm like, he sucks at that.
He was in that. What's it called? Hitman, whatever. Where he
Drive.
Well, yeah, but no, he played like a stunt guy.
Oh, stuntman or something.
Stuntman.
Yeah,
I don't think it was called
the Stuntman.
Something like that.
Okay, yeah.
The Hitman.
Maybe. Oh, I don't think I saw that one. Yeah.
Anyway, and he's great in that. And it's very fun, like romantic, light action adventure movie, and like that. And this could be that. We just don't know much about it, and I just think,
But I feel like Star Wars isn't telling us more about things
because they're worried we're not going to like.
Well, and because again, we saw what happened with Acolyte, where we got just the tiniest little bit of a poster and a trailer, and then people were losing their minds about it.
Yeah, I mean, they've literally only released 2 stills on this, and they've wrapped filming, and that's it.
Yeah, so I think they are trying to keep hold things closer to the chest because of how insane the fandom can be and how negative it can be. So it's like, fine, we're not going to tell you guys shit, and you're going to see for yourself. Right?
Yeah, I think that's maybe
no expectations.
Move.
Yeah,
and that's probably
so you can go in with kind of very minimal minimal expectations or minimal.
Well, yeah. Well, we talk about this.
opinions.
We've talked about this all the time. That expectations are like the death of enjoyment. So,
Yes,
like,
yeah.
if you go in with these really high expectations or expecting it to be this way, and it doesn't live up to what you've kind of invented in your brain, then you're probably going to be disappointed. Whereas, like, if you go in with an open mind, then kind of whatever it's presenting to you, assuming it's able to, achieve that, then you might be more willing to accept something as different from what you were expecting it to be. And so we'll see.
Yeah.
I will give Star Wars this. They've filmed 2 movies.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. There we go. That's
wow.
great.
Right?
That's said they were coming.
Many
you filmed
years.
them, they're done.
Because remember what I say? I'll believe it when I see it.
You see it, yeah.
Because there were so many announcements.
Yeah, this movie, that movie.
Yeah.
Actually,
we're gonna do Rebel Squadron, Rogue Squadron movie.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Ryan Johnson's got another trilogy coming.
Yeah.
We've got
Taika Waititi.
Taika Waititi's making a movie.
That one I still want.
Me too. Even though everyone hates him now.
Why?
Because he made one bad Thor movie.
I don't think that movie was that bad.
Love and Thunder?
Yeah. I don't think he deserves the hate for it.
Well, I think they got a little carried away with it got a little too silly.
Yeah.
And,
I would agree with that.
And so that, whatever. Fair enough.
With all the screaming sheep. Is that what that one is?
That was the one that did have the screaming sheep in it.
Yeah.
That movie has lots of problems. The screaming sheep are not one of them. That's a funny bit. But like, it's impressive that, one of the podcasts I listen to, they always end up the review as like, at the end of the day, it's impressive that blah, blah, blah made a movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's impressive that Star Wars was able to get out from under their own, whatever the heck that they were stuck under and make a freaking movie.
Yeah.
So they might not be very good. There's a very strong chance that both these movies are, one might be trying too hard to recapture something that's been lost already in Mandalorian and Grogu. And that Starfighter, that they haven't properly, calibrated what they actually want to achieve with a movie called Starfighter. Right. Like, what does that even mean? Winston, you got to stop whining, buddy. Your food is available if you want it. It's in the kitchen. All right. So, that's the 2 movies. Let's talk about movies from the past. So, Star Wars Revenge of the Sith celebrated 20 years. They did a theatrical re-release. I did go see it.
I didn't even know that was happening.
It was in the middle of the summer. And guess what?
Yeah.
It still looks great in a movie theater.
I 100% would.
It's still extremely silly.
Yeah.
It's so silly.
It's still one of my favorites.
Okay, so I don't know if I've told this story on this podcast yet because we haven't talked about Star Wars much.
Right.
There's a line that I forgot existed in this movie.
Okay.
Where Anakin and Padme are in her apartment and they're talking about like the news. And Padme says something along the line like, I don't know if this is like this war, it's so bad, yada yada. Maybe we're not, doing the right thing.
Right.
And Anakin says, "You sound like a separatist."
Yeah.
And I like involuntarily laughed out loud. I was like, that's hilarious. And I made the entire theater start laughing. Everyone in the theater started laughing because of that. And I feel good about that. Like, I'm like, yes, I earned that. But it was like, there's a lot to laugh at, I will say.
Yeah.
It's just very, speaking of melodrama, we talked about that earlier. It's core to Star Wars, but man, did they lay it on thick in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, yeah.
And obviously there's lots of like, everyone was cheering along when, when freaking Obi-Wan comes out of the ship.
Oh, and he stands there with his hands on his hips. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
You turned her against me. Yeah, like that.
There's a funny meme of that someone sent me the other day about it's in reference to toddlers being mad when their mom doesn't like when their dad.
Oh,
she's like,
funny.
"You've turned her against me. You've turned her against yourself.
You've done that yourself."
Yeah, it's like toddlers when mom sides with dad.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah,
and yeah. So there's lots of that, and like. Because I just think of all the lines. There's so many good ones, and like the unlimited power.
Yeah.
Oh, like that stuff is so golden. Like, and so by the way, great to see it in theaters all over again.
I would
like,
love.
This is when the fun
man.
begins. Like the opening sequence with the battle over Coruscant, very cool.
Yeah.
There was a new poster, 20th anniversary poster revealed. Let me share my screen again. This is from the same guy. If you actually see on mine behind me, I have the Empire Strikes Back
right
40th anniversary poster. Same artist. I actually bought this poster.
Oh, did you?
I don't have it up.
Yeah.
I have this one. So I have Empire. I have Revenge of the Sith, and I have Jedi. Sith and Jedi I have not put up.
Yeah.
Just because it's so expensive to get them properly framed and mounted.
Yeah, that's true.
But I will do that eventually, and at some point I will try to complete some type of collection. There is no at this time. There is no A New Hope anniversary poster by the same artist, and there is no Attack of the Clones, I believe, because they didn't do a re-release of that one. They just did not have the same faith in that one, I guess.
Yeah, fair. He's a lot whinier in that one.
Yeah, they opened. The re-release opened to $42.2 million worldwide. Pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a pretty. Yeah.
And it was in 40X for the first time, which no one cares about, but that's technically true. Yeah, and Matt Ferguson created a brand new poster. I have 3 of them, and I'm happy to have that as part of my collection. Very cool. Super fun to see it in theaters again. Because I vaguely remember seeing it for the first time in theaters. It hit different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Andor. Anything else you want to say about Andor we haven't already mentioned?
No, I mean, like we obviously did a whole
we
whole series on it. It's just so good.
Yeah.
Like it hit. It went beyond expectations. It's just so phenomenally done.
It's so good. It's the best Star Wars has ever been.
I would let Tony Gilroy take Star Wars whenever he wants.
He will never do it again.
No, probably not.
He's never going to do it again.
Good.
And which is a little upsetting, but also like, I get it. It's like, is it a space opera in the same way that the movies are? No, it's not. It's a spy thriller.
Yeah.
It's different. It's a political thriller.
Yeah.
And, politics has been such a hot button topic in general. It's like, keep your politics out of my blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But politics has been a big part of Star Wars since forever, since the very first movie, and then especially in the prequels.
Yeah.
Where,
it always is.
Trade
federation
blockades, etc. So this really just took that idea and was like, well, let's take that to the nth degree. And they told maybe the most nuanced, interesting story about fascism that you could tell in the Star Wars universe. And it is so good. We don't deserve it. The fandom certainly didn't deserve it after the way that they treated Skeleton Crew and the Acolyte. And so it's like to the point where like, obviously I want like a 4K like set of Andor season 1 and 2. I don't know if those exist yet, but I'm ready for them when it does come around. Crank up the Neomos Club remix. Yeah, and that's the thing, like everything hit. Like it was like they spared no expense on the sets.
Yeah.
The costumes were great. The effects when they used them were sparing but great. The characterizations were deep and complex and tragic.
Mm-hmm.
And like to fit the mood and tone. I'm just thinking about all the characters and like all the crazy stuff they go through, and like the way that they jump through time in the second season creates this like momentum that the first season didn't have, but then like ramps up into Rogue One, and then we watch Rogue One, and that's super exciting. And I would love, Tony Gilroy to do more of this, but it's not even that. I just want Star Wars to learn the lesson here that you just gotta trust creators to make the shit that they that they have in their brain.
Absolutely.
Trust the team. He's like, I got an idea, and I'm gonna work with my brother. I'm gonna work with ILM, and I'm gonna work with these people that know Star Wars, and we're gonna craft this like intricate, beautiful thing. And instead, we got Andor season 1 and 2, which is in and of itself a miracle. But alongside those things, we got things like freaking Star Wars Episode 9, which is like one giant studio note written on a tablet and pasted on the screen. And it's like, it sucks. So, one day maybe Star Wars will learn their lesson. We talked about Skeleton Crew. fun to bring pirate mythology into Star Wars.
Yeah. Pirates are always fun.
It had kids in a leading role.
Yeah.
They're doing their thing. Can't get mad about it. Tales of the Underworld. We talked about this already.
Mm-hmm.
Not really underworld stories.
Yeah.
Beautifully animated, but Cad Bane is just not a character I really needed a backstory for. Especially not a
it's
tragic
true.
one.
You're like, yeah. He's
Asajj
cool enough on his own, but
Asajj Ventress always cool.
Yeah.
Like Asajj, but not really an underworld character. So
no.
Anyway, 20th anniversary for Lucasfilm Animation. That happened at Star Wars Anniversary, or Star Wars Celebration in Japan. With the starting with Star Wars: The Clone Wars in 2005, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord, where will mark the return of the ever elusive Maul. Announced at Star Wars Celebration in Japan, Maul Shadow Lord explores Maul's quest for power in the gritty and merciless underworld following the aftermath of the Clone Wars and Order 66. Watch this space for more details in the new year, but in 2025, we got a look at the first image from the series unveiled at San Diego Comic-Con. Maul with his iconic dual-bladed red lightsaber and a new style of animation. That's what I'm most interested in, by the way. A new style of animation. With the return of legendary actor Sam Witwer, Maul is sure to leave his mark, and that's again coming this year. It seems like it's a little bit more glossy, but they are using a lot of the same fundamental ideas that they've obviously worked on and carrying forward. As I think they want to probably maintain a somewhat consistent visual style.
Yeah. Sam Witwer's the one who voices him in
correct.
all the animated stuff. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Ray Park was the one who...
No, I know.
Yeah.
He's...
Persona non grata.
A little unhinged.
Yeah.
These days, unfortunately.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Yeah. I hope he gets the help he kind of probably needs.
Me too. I think that applies to lots of people these days.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more Maul I need. I just want more animation.
I love Maul though. I'm a big fan of his character.
At some point, it's like we kind of get it, right?
I get it, but I just think he's so cool.
We've seen the beginning of him. We've seen the end of him. We've seen the in-betweens already.
Yeah.
What more do we really need to learn?
There is a lot of cool stuff about in
the underworld stuff.
The underworld stuff, because you get to see kind of the whole underground crime syndicates and
maybe that should have been what Underworld was.
That's kind of what I thought it was going to be, because I actually
was there even one crime to syndicate in either of those? I don't think we even saw one.
I don't think so. Because I find those crime syndicates really cool, like the Black Sun and the Pikes and whatever Concord Dawn and whoever else you want to talk about. They're all very interesting. We don't really get a lot. We get more, you get the Hutts and the...
It's always the Hutts.
It's always the Hutts, and then a little bit of Pikes in things.
Yeah.
But I would like to see more of the seedy underbelly of him rising through the ranks and
no, I'm interested in it because it's from Star Wars Animation and they've done such a good job with everything they've done,
and it should be darker too, which I like.
I enjoy getting I'm into that
darker storylines,
because especially after
he's a bad guy.
We've got a lot of the lighter, fluffier stuff as of late, and you could argue that the Bad Batch ended off in a really dramatic, dark tone. Dark not being not emo dark, but willing to tell an adult story. I think is really what we're telling, we're saying. And so even though the Bad Batch ultimately a kids show, they were able to kind of touch on some of those darker themes, and I think so will this. I'm excited to see what this new animation style, and if it's cohesive with the old stuff. It looks cohesive enough. Obviously, it's more detailed in a lot of ways. It's got a little bit less of the matting that you get from some of the stuff that we're used to from Star Wars animation.
Yeah, more texture to it.
Which, is good or bad, but I guess for now, we shall see. This is my annual request to please reanimate Star Wars Rebels. Rebels looks like shit. Please reanimate that. Use it exactly as it is. Reanimate it in the Bad Batch, modern Lucasfilm animation style, and I will be happy. There was Lego Star Wars. No one cares about that. We talked about Visions already. Star Wars Celebration Japan, very cool. Obviously, anytime celebration's happening is fun.
Yeah, I might go again next time. I think 2027 is going back to Anaheim.
Oh, really? Okay, that's fun. I wouldn't mind trying to get up to one, but
it
needs to be the right time and place, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
There was more gaming stuff announced. I haven't really been paying too close attention, but there was really, really recently, there was a new Star Wars The Old Republic game announced at the Game Awards. So that's really crazy.
Yeah, and they're bringing back Knights of the Old Republic too, right?
Was that what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic.
And the return of the original Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah. Fate of the Old Republic is a return to the original Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Okay. Yeah.
From director Casey Hudson. So this is really cool. They're saying it's going to come out next year. We'll see. I never really played the other ones, but I'd be interested to see how this one comes along. They also announced Star Wars Galactic Racer, which, in my opinion, was sorely missing a pod race in it.
Oh, I was just like, is it like the pod racing game from N64?
I think it's more broad than that. It's not just pod racing.
Yeah.
So it's like, because you know we got that episode of race, like that racing episode in Bad Batch season 2.
Yeah, right.
So I think it's like some of that, some of pod racing. They do have Sebulba does appear at the end of the trailer.
Yeah, that's so funny.
So I am confident that pods will be in it, but to not lead with pods is crazy.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's just where I'm at. So there's 2 new games were announced, and there was also this like Zero Company game that was announced as well, which is like a turn-based tactics video game coming in 2026 as well. More DLC for Star Wars Outlaws is coming, and these 2 new ones. Okay. There's also obviously publishing stuff. We don't really keep up really with the publishing stuff, but I will talk about this. This is where I'm really kind of get excited about. Lucasfilm announced the return of Star Wars: A New Hope to movie theaters. Most Star Wars fans today haven't known a world without these beloved stories. But 50 years ago, in 1975, Star Wars was still a relatively low-budget space fantasy undergoing pre-production. Its then 31-year-old director, George Lucas, was respected for his previous film, American Graffiti, but most in Hollywood looked at his new project with skepticism. In 1977, of course, everything changed as we near the 50th anniversary in 2027. We'll mark the occasion with a worldwide celebration of Star Wars: A New Hope's golden anniversary.
That's cool.
The film's upcoming theatrical re-release will provide us all the opportunity to visit our local movie theaters and imagine what it was like back in 1977 when the projector whirred to life. This much we know for sure. Movies were never the same again, and neither were we. So my understanding is they are in the process of remastering the despecialized, which is obviously the nomenclature that the fans give it, but the original release of Star Wars that did not have the pre-special edition.
Right. Like not the not the added CGI stuff.
Not the added CGI. All that, the original effects.
That's
there
cool.
will be some tweaking apparently for like color grading, consistency and stuff like that. So it won't be exactly the same as the 1977 release.
Mm-hmm.
And it's unclear if it'll be called Star Wars: A New Hope or Star Wars Episode 4, because obviously later they released it as Episode 4, but originally did not have an Episode 4 subtitle.
Oh, okay.
So we'll see how all that stuff comes together. This is apparently will likely be the like gold standard version of Star Wars that you like remastered in 4K, recolored, all that kind of stuff. So
it better come to theaters here.
Oh no, I think it will. I don't think you released for a 50th anniversary. I don't think you missed that.
No, that'd be so cool.
And rumor has it that they're in the process of doing that for the other original trilogy films. So for Empire and Jedi.
Yeah.
That will get a re-release of those for their 50ths.
Yeah,
over
their
the
respective
next 10 years or so.
Fun.
In that kind of like despecialized official version from Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. So
that's really neat.
I'm excited about that. Any other thoughts and feelings about that?
No, I'm just excited.
Yeah, me too. I think it's about damn time.
Yeah. It's been 50 years.
Because it's been less than 50 years since there was a version.
Yeah.
The last time you could see a version of Star Wars that wasn't the special edition, you have to go back to the VHS.
Right.
And in that process, like since then, fans have spent years of their life despecializing. That's what they call it, the despecialized version.
Right.
Where it's like they have, based on their memory and based on the VHS, gone and tried to recut the specialized version, remove the effects so that you could get a cleaner, kind of more original feel.
Original feel for it, yeah.
And so now they will make their work obsolete, I guess. I don't know. Unfortunately, fans will still have probably done a better job at the end of the day, which is it's kind of sad, but it's nice to know that that's an option. Because it's like, it's one thing to be like, you can like the special editions. There's nothing wrong with that. But give me the option. Let me choose.
Let you be able to see the original. Yeah,
exactly. Star Wars Force Awakens marks 10 years since release. We talked about this at the top of the show. Pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's wild.
We passed in recent years Return of the Jedi's 40th, Phantom Menace's 25th, and this year's Revenge of the Sith's 20th.
Yeah.
And so now we're 10 years away from its 20th anniversary, which is crazy to think. And while some of the sequels certainly haven't held up, I would say the music certainly has. John Williams did not spare any expense when it came to writing those sequels. The scores, Leia's theme especially feels very Christmassy to me. I always listen to it around Christmas. Obviously BB-8, iconic character.
Yeah.
We got Adam Driver in Star Wars, which is amazing. Unfortunately, wasn't really treated well as a character at the end. Really, I don't think. We didn't talk about this, but you heard about the rumor about how he was like talking to Lucasfilm about how he wanted to come back and like bring Ben back as a character, and he had all these ideas, and then ultimately they weren't interested in it, and it's like, what a absolute disgrace that's so crazy. They could have redeemed that absolute mistake that is Episode 9.
What did they want to call it? Like Ben Solo, I don't know, something, but
Tales of Ben Solo,
something like that. But
right,
the
new Ben Solo adventures.
I see that there's all these, the petitions and being like, give us Ben Solo.
Well, I guess the fact that it's happened, like their conversations have happened, doesn't mean that it's never going to happen. In fact, it means more likely that it will happen.
I know they're reluctant because they're like, we can't just keep bringing back dead people to Star Wars.
You're right. But at the same time, when you have a character and like an actor as good as Adam Driver, and a character as interesting and as poorly leveraged as Ben Solo was, the opportunity to go back and be like, we can fix something, is tempting. And also, I can understand well, we've tried that before and it didn't work. But that's also because you cheaped out with the Kenobi show, right? So that's your own fault. If you do it right, it can be good. So I don't know. I'm a little bit bummed about that. I still think that like there was some really cool stuff that if they had just continued on the thread that Episode 8 had laid, we could have gotten a relatively great trilogy. Instead, we got a relatively bad one. And at this point, there's no animated series out there trying to redeem it in the way that the prequel, that Clone Wars did for the prequels. And it's so messy and so much of a retread of the original trilogy's ideas that to do it almost feels like, what's the point?
Yeah.
It almost makes more sense to just kind of forget about them and then move on. But as we talked about earlier, they're having a hard time figuring out how to do that. Yeah.
I think that's just how I feel about them at this point. Like, it's just, they're there, but it's not.
There's some good moments.
Yeah.
There's some cool ideas.
It's just not, they're not movies I have a big draw to go back and watch like the other 6. So it's unfortunate. It's
hard to put myself back into my headspace when Episode 7 was launched and that first trailer. It's very cool. Like, it was so exciting. It's like Star Wars is coming back. No one thought that was happening. And that first trailer was so exciting. Can you feel it?
Yeah.
Right? Like, all that stuff is like I remember how stoked everyone was that it made a freaking $1 billion. Right?
Yeah.
But like the more time went by, people were like, wait. Why is this just Episode 4 again?
Yeah.
Why are we doing this again? Why is there another Death Star? We did this twice already.
Yeah. Insane.
To blow up a whole star system, but it has like no emotional impact at all. And you could argue that, Episode 4 kind of whiffs on the emotional impact of the destruction of Alderaan.
Right.
But we didn't have to make that mistake again.
No.
You know what I mean? And like, okay, there's maybe something to be said about how, it only takes like one generation and then everyone forgets about fascism and it's back.
Yeah.
Right. And that's interesting, but they don't really treat that concept in like an interesting way.
No.
And like the biggest sin, and I know that this is a lot of people get upset about this. It's like, okay, this first movie killed Han Solo, but to be fair, he really wanted to be killed. So
yeah, I know he didn't want. I think wasn't that one of his things? He's like,
he wanted to be dead at the second movie.
Yeah, he's like, you can bring me back, but I'm dying this time.
So like,
yeah. Otherwise, he's like, I'm not coming back.
You could say that Harrison Ford did a pretty great job as coming back as Solo again, and like, and embodies the character, and you're like, wow, that's cool. Yeah, he's older, but like that's still obviously Han.
Yeah.
Right. And you know, being reunited with Chewie and all those kinds of things. All great.
Yeah.
Right. But we never got to see the original 3 actors together on a screen again, and one of them literally died before they could do that.
Yeah.
And like that's a sin.
Yeah.
That is like a you fucked up. Hard to forgive you for not having Leia, Luke, and Han on screen together in the trilogies one time. And I understand you need your new characters need their time and all that kind of stuff. But if you're going to bring those characters back, it's like basically cruel to not show you them on screen at the same time.
Of course, yeah.
And then the way that they treat Leia and it's like, okay, so then then she dies in episode 8, which is a bold decision to make.
Mm-hmm.
But then have like this like CG recreation of her in episode 9 feels gross. And
yeah.
I mean like, and like, yes, fortunately we've got lots of Luke in the episodes. Well, we got lots of Luke in episode 8.
Mm-hmm.
Not much of him in 7 or 9. But like Rey is a great character. But when people are like, give us Luke and Leia and Han, and it's just hard to live up to that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. It's crazy that it's been 10 years. Okay, so quickly before we go, here is the list of every Star Wars project in the works right now. There's 2 Star Wars movies with confirmed dates, Mandalorian Grogu and Star Wars Starfighter. 8 Star Wars projects have been announced. However, they're still waiting for release windows and production status updates. The current Star Wars release dates Disney has announced are May 22nd and May 28th. So May 22nd, 2026 and May 28th, 2027.
Mm-hmm.
Liking this May release date idea.
Yeah.
I like it when Star Wars releases around Christmas.
Yeah. I like both. It's weird that they're not doing it on May 4th. Why not May 4th? It's already done.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Like, why the 22nd?
I don't
Release it on Star Wars Day. Come on.
I guess it's close enough that like I guess it's Star Wars month and I'll allow it.
Still.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so the other things that we have, we talked about the other ones already, but Simon Kinberg's new Star Wars trilogy, according to Deadline, Kinberg is set to direct a new trilogy that will be considered episodes 10 through 12. There are no details other than Kinberg will write all these movies and produce them with Lucasfilm boss Kathleen Kennedy. It's unclear whether or not the movies will continue the Skywalker saga or create a new storyline altogether. If they are okay, well, let me just pause there. If they are continuing the saga, then 10 and 12 makes sense. If not, then it doesn't make sense to call them 10 and 12.
Right.
In addition to the upcoming standalone Rey movie, Kinberg's trilogy is reportedly set to feature Rey in some capacity. Which, again, I will say Rey is the best character that came out of this, so that's good at least. It was also revealed at Star Wars, the release date is TBA. It was revealed at Star Wars Celebration 2023, yada, yada, yada. So this is like the Rey movie.
Yeah.
We don't know where that is now. I would be shocked at this point if it's won't get just completely shelved and instead for Kinberg stuff. James Mangold's Star Wars movie. This one is like this is Indiana Jones 5 director. He's the one that wants to do like the original like First Jedi story.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. This is a good director. He did Logan. This is a good director.
Yeah.
I trust this.
Yeah.
If it happens. Again, all these that don't have release dates or are not in filming, I have a hard time believing it.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Filoni Star Wars movie, this will happen. It's going to be the culmination of all the Mandalorian and all that kind of stuff.
And Ahsoka and all that
kind of stuff together. Right. Rise of the Return of the Empire stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie, this again also up in the air. Wouldn't be surprised if this gets
right.
Benched. Lando. Everyone wants to see more of Donald Glover as Lando Calrissian. I certainly do.
Yeah,
Lando will
he's
focus
great.
on the swashbuckling hero, though where exactly on Star Wars timeline the series will fall remains to be seen. Kathleen Kennedy recently indicated to Vanity Fair that following Solo, the younger version of the iconic character would not be recast. She expanded on her comments in an interview with Total Film and gave an update on Lando in the process. I never say never. It's certainly not something that we're doing with any intention right now. That's not great. We're still talking about Lando with Donald Glover, for instance, but I don't think we would intentionally just look back at some of these characters like Luke and Leia and whatnot and decide arbitrarily to do a story. There would have to be a really strong reason why.
Right.
I can just tell you that it's, quote, I can just tell you that it's still happening and he's very excited about it. Kat Kennedy told IGN in Star Wars Celebration 2023. So that was 2 years ago. 2.5 years ago. So we'll see if that still happens. Given his connection to want to do the character and there being space for this, I think that could still happen.
Yeah, I feel like you can do a Lando story without Luke and Leia and Han. Like, you can do Lando without them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. In fact, not having them makes more sense than having them.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah. Tell us how he fucks his
L3.
his droid. Yeah, I want to know more about that. Rian Johnson's new trilogy. They're effectively dead to me. Nothing really happened with it. Rian Johnson told Rolling Stone. We had a great time working together, and they said, let's keep doing it. I said, great. I would kick ideas around with Kathy. The short version is Knives Out happened. I went off and made Knives Out and was off to the races, busy making murder mysteries. It's the sort of thing, if down the line there's an opportunity to do it or something else in Star Wars, I would be thrilled. But right now, I'm just doing my stuff, and I'm pretty happy. So I want him back. Bring back Ryan. Star Wars Rogue Squadron, announced in 2020, effectively dead.
Yeah.
Shelved. The Ninth Jedi. This is, I think, 2026 or 2027. Maul, Shadow Lord, we're getting 2026. Mandalorian Season 4, we're not sure if this even exists after the movie.
Right.
It's still unclear. Ahsoka Season 2, originally probably promised for 2026, will now likely fall to 2027. I don't remember what a droid story is. This one's a little different. Lucasfilm Animation, Lucasfilm Visual Effects team, ILM are teaming up for a Disney Plus movie, a droid story. The epic journey will introduce us to a new hero guided by legendary duo R2-D2 and C-3PO. Read the synopsis. Well, anything with our two favorite droids is well worth our watch. So we can't wait to see what this will look like, but we have no idea what the hell that's about. So, and then these are all canceled ones. We won't talk about that. Yeah. But anything that jumps out at you? There anything that you're like,
I don't know. It feels like there's a lot of like this person's trilogy, that person's trilogy, and I'm like, I don't want to hear about it until it's
trilogy is a strong word to say if you haven't even made one movie.
Exactly. I'm kind of like,
yeah,
we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. That's the thing. I don't want to put too much thought or effort into these things until they're actually more concrete than just being like, this would be cool to do, and that guy wants to do it. But
okay, well, assuming these are all real, which of these is interesting most to you?
I'd watch a Lando movie, actually.
I would prefer a series.
Yeah, actually, I don't think. Do you think he would do a series though?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm ready for another trilogy.
If you do a Lando series and frickin' what's his name doesn't come back as Han, I will be in that show. I will be so upset.
Well, yeah, you kind of have to use the old characters.
Alden Reich.
But an like a first Jedi movie would be very cool. That's
especially from the guy who did Logan. That's cool as hell.
That's something that I would definitely be interested in.
So we'll see on that one. I think that one probably is still probably happening. Probably. But again, like until they're in production, I think it's tough. Ultimately, I think likely what's happening is that all these other movies are in a holding pattern until we find out what the reaction to Starfighter and Mandalorian Grogu is.
Right, yeah.
I'm very worried, like, okay, Mandalorian Grogu underperforms, Starfighter underperforms. Where does that leave the franchise? Not in a great place.
Yeah.
So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But for now, our next major thing will be a review of Mandalorian and Grogu on May 22nd, 2026. May the 4th will be before that. Usually they release a Tales of something before then. Maybe that will be the release of the first episode of Maul Shadow Warrior.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Shadow Lord, whatever. We don't know. We just don't really know. Ultimately, from a television standpoint, there's basically nothing on the horizon other than Maul.
Yeah.
We don't know about, yes, Ahsoka season 2 is eventually coming. Probably not for another year. We don't really know anything about that. We don't know if Mando is coming back to TV after this movie. Acolyte's canceled. Bullshit. Will there be another skeleton crew? Who knows? We don't know. There's just a lot of question marks. So the podcast name is for a while, boy, we really nailed it. But right now it's not looking as powerful. So anyway, that should do it. Again, stay tuned to our website, I suppose, the best way, the podcast feed to keep up with when new things drop. But if you're looking for news on like when or what we'll be covering in the future, the best bet is to just keep an eye on my Blue Sky feed at Tower Babble Podcast.
.ca.com.
I don't remember how that works, but just search
it's the same website.
towerbabblepodcast.com.
Yeah.
Or towerbabble.ca. I think that one.
Yeah, I think it's towerbabble.
And either way, if you search Tower Babble Podcast, you can't find it. You won't miss us. There's only one of us on Blue Sky. So look for us there. Like I said, I put out all my Visions reviews there, and you can kind of interact with me there on that. Again, we do this live when we do it. Try to give a heads up, but if you just subscribe and hit the reminder button, then you'll get notified when we go live. Always like to do this, especially when there's a show with an ongoing discussion happening. It's always very fun to speculate on what's happening coming up. But who knows when that'll be again? I guess Maul. Yeah. But it's another prequel, so we'll have a good sense of what the future holds.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll try to do some other special episodes. This is one of them that I think we've done a year in review, the year ahead type episodes before. So we'll continue to do that again. Obviously that would be a year away, but there's other stuff that we could thinking of doing. There'll be opportunities to do look backs at other stuff. So anyway, stay tuned to the feed for that. Head over to the website, towerbabble.ca. Follow us on Blue Sky, Facebook. Facebook for the olds. I keep Facebook around for the olds.
For the olds.
Yeah. It's easy to post there.
Instagram? I don't know.
No.
We have an Instagram.
We have an Instagram, but I don't post there, so it's not useful.
All right, never mind.
I'm like, I'll post something there again. So it's very spotty. So you can follow us, but don't be expecting like up to date moments. Also, we're trying to tune back my social media usage.
Gotcha.
It's just too depressing. So
alrighty.
Twitch and YouTube, and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays, and have a Happy New Year. We're excited for another year in Star Wars in 2026, but until our next episode, may the Force be with you.